What is up, hooligans, and happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. I appreciate all of you guys being here. If you're over on Rumble, please hit that like button. More likes equals more hooligans. We're going to read through a schedule really quick, and then we will be checking on all the chats. So let me know how you hooligans are doing today. Then, of course, we'll be getting things started. Now, before we get any further, I want to tell you guys about something I just learned. We keep talking about the premium creator program or whatever we're in right now over on Rumble, and how we have to do 5 hours of premium live streaming, and we've been talking about that on and off, I don't know, since last Friday when we started, I guess. And we've been talking about how that's a potential issue because they're trying to get you guys to pay for Rumble Premium on top of your memberships and everything else in order to see the 5 hours of the premium live stream that we have to do. Well, they just made changes like just right now, and if you're an official hooligan over on Rumble, you will now be able to watch the premium live stream over on Rumble without going and paying for a premium account. They just made those changes because everybody's bitching about the situation. So if you're an official hooligan over on Rumble, you're going to be all good for the premium live stream. But I think we're also going to continue to do those coupons. Like I was saying yesterday, we are going to make coupons. So if you're not an official hooligan over on Rumble, you'll have a couple days, 2 days, 3 days to hang out on the website for free and be able to watch the live over there while we are doing the premium live stream. So exciting news that just happened directly from Rumble. Saw it on X. Either way, getting into the schedule here, we'll be starting off with a video titled 21 Sick After Drinking Raw Milk in Florida. I don't really know what raw milk is, but I assume you guys do. So that's a interesting story. Then we got a video titled President Trump Wants New Census Made Excluding Illegal Border Crossers, which is a really good idea because we keep talking about how that affects the electoral seats and all of that. So we'll see how that goes. Then we got a video titled New Charges in New York Shooting of Off-Deputy CBP Officer. This is actually a follow-up video telling us what's actually going to happen to the illegals that shot that Border Patrol officer when he was off duty. Shot him in the face. I think they also shot him in the arm. But we're going to see what's going to happen to them. Then we got a video titled Hate Crime, FBI Investigating Attack on Israeli Soldier. Somebody burned 3 cars and put some graffiti in the streets and stuff. They're saying it's a targeted attack. Then we got a video titled 5 Soldiers Wounded at Fort Stewart in Shooting. Accused shooter identified as Army Sergeant. Then we got a video titled Mosquito-Borne Virus Outbreak in China Strokes Fear. They're going back into COVID lockdowns and shit over this virus in China. Hopefully they don't pull that shit here. Then we got our midlife break, our funny video halfway through. This one was provided by Stoner, and it's titled Murder Kitty is Charging Up. Then getting back into the news, we got Without a Warrant, GOP lawmaker reveals bombshell data search. His interview with Jim Jordan, he's talking about how the Biden administration may have been connected to debanking that was going on over the last 4 years. Then we got a video titled 2 Arrested in $640,000 doll hair gold coin and identity theft scheme. I can't believe they were making money like this, but either way. Then we got a video titled Bond Set for 6 Suspect Charged in Downtown Brawl. This is talking about the brawl that happened in Cincinnati, I think it was, where the one woman was like knocked out and everybody saw, you know, that video of her laying there on the ground with her eyes wide open. There's now been 6 people arrested. I think the last time we covered it was 4 or 5, and then they only showed like 3 on the screen, and I don't know. Either way, it's a follow-up on that situation. Then we got a video titled Alligator Alcatraz Hit with Environmental Lawsuit. Apparently they have to halt new construction at Alligator Alcatraz. They can still process illegals, but they have to stop working at the facility because they're going through 2 different lawsuits right now. Then for the last little bit of the news, we got Lefties losing it, and this one's titled Lefties Insist They're Not Jealous of Sydney Sweeney. We know they're lying. Then we'll be getting into the fun stuff. We're going to open a brand new advent calendar that was also sent by Tori Wayne. Then we got our 2 funny videos of the day. First one was provided by Simply Witchy, and it's titled Now You Know. And our official funny video of the day was provided by Stoner, and it's titled He Was Just Networking. Guess someone's going to love that. Either way, all of that's coming up next. First, we're going to hop in the chat. See how you hooligans are doing today. What day is it? Is it fucking Tuesday today? What day? It's Thursday. I was close. It's Thursday. Huh. Anyways, what is up, everyone, over on jeffmaclive.com. What's up, Guess Some? What's up, Snooks? What's up, Zero? And what's up, J Spray? Happy freedom, you hooligans. Appreciate all of you guys being on the website. Guess Some, you better stick around for that funny video of the day, the last one, because that one's for you. And what is up, everyone, over on Rumble? Elder Zoomer, you were first today. Got the Christmas screaming goat. Happy freedom to you, Elder Zoomer. Appreciate you racing in the chat. What's up, Beck Frank? What's up, Turbo? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Ghostly? What's up, Cass? What's up, Goth? Happy freedom. What's up, H Big? Appreciate you joining us. Let me see. What's up, Kevin? What's up, Metal? Make sure I didn't skip anybody. What's up, H Big? Happy freedom to you if I can get you already. What's up, Boosted Flames? What's up, Roy? Happy freedom. What's up, MU? What's up, Colty? Let me see. What's up, Crick Kiss? Unpasteurized? Yeah, they're going to be talking about all of that. Happy freedom to you, hooligans. Let me see. I feel like I'm missing somebody. What's up, Vinny C? Happy freedom to you. I think we got everybody. Either way, hit that like button over on Rumble. See if we can get on their front page there. And what is up, everyone, over on Kick? What's up, Meta? Happy freedom to you. And what is up, everyone, over on Twitch? What's up, TBD? Tony Rich, appreciate both of you hooligans being here. Happy freedom to you. And what is up, everyone, over on the Goof Tube? Tube Steak, you were first over here. What's up, Smith? What's up, Toy Mafia? What's up, Parabellum? Happy freedom to you. Guess you're omnipresent. Wishing them a happy Pride Day. Very nice. You know, today is actually Purple Heart Day now. That's what President Trump signed when we were live earlier. I missed that somehow. But today is National Purple Heart Day now, I guess. Anyways, moving forward here. What's up, Agent O? What's up, Jeff S? What's up, K Walt? Happy freedom, you hooligans. You guys are welcome to hit the like button as well. Happy freedom, everyone watching over on Odyssey. And happy freedom to all you hooligans watching over on X. Let's go ahead and get into things. Like I said, we'll be starting off with this first video here. 21 sick after drinking raw milk in Florida. Now, I don't really do this kind of stuff, and it's apparently controversial. Some people think it's a really good thing, and the CDC, which is the government, says it's really a bad thing. So, you know, it's not going to leave it up to the government. Anyways, before we get into this, I want to remind you hooligans, we have these Hooligan Strong t-shirts. This design was created by Alistair, and Alistair is a badass in just about everything he does. So I will be posting his link in all of the chats for you hooligans to have the opportunity to hire him for your creative needs, because if you think it, he can create it. Now this design does come in shirts for men, shirts for women, tank tops for men, tank tops for women, pullover hoodies, zipper hoodies, coffee mugs, dog tags, and we even made steel tumblers out of this design. Today I got on the Happy Freedom Hooligan Badge t-shirt. We got lots of items and lots of designs over in the merch store. I'll be dropping all the links in the chats while we watch this first video.
The CDC and FDA have been warning about raw milk dangers, even as influencers claim all these health benefits from it. But now some people in Florida have reportedly fallen ill from the popular beverage. News Nation Weekend anchor Anna Koyman joins us now. I mean, Anna, you're talking about north of 20 people who are sick because of this. What happened?
Yeah, good morning, Marky. Good morning to everybody at home. So despite its popularity, raw milk is once again really coming under scrutiny this morning after 21 people in Florida reportedly fell ill from drinking it. And that's including 6 children under the age of 10, 7 hospitalized, and all of it came from the same farm. Some social media influencers are promoting raw milk, saying it tastes better and also helps with asthma and allergies. But the Center for Disease Control says there are serious health risks associated. Health officials insist milk needs to be pasteurized for human consumption. The heat treating process destroys potentially harmful bacteria, and it doesn't reduce milk's nutritional value. Now, if raw milk is not pasteurized, it can harbor bacteria such as Campylobacter, Listeria, Salmonella, E. coli. And these can cause illnesses ranging from simply gastrointestinal concerns all the way to life-threatening kidney failure. Now, states do have different regulations for raw milk across the country. Some allow it to be sold in stores, while other states, like Florida, only allow sales on farms. Now, in Florida, the sale and distribution of raw milk for human consumption is illegal, but retailers get around that legality by labeling products as pet food or sell it for animals. And there's a whole community of dairy farmers who say this is critical to their way of life.
I think this is ridiculous. People have been drinking raw milk for the entire history of the world. Mammals are mammals because we drink milk, and we drink it the way God gave it to us. They gave it to us raw. That's going to take about 85% of my family's income. I don't know what we will do.
There's also customers that are buying this because their pets won't eat their food, they won't drink their water, they need this for hydration, they need it for health, they need it for digestibility, they have allergies.
The Raw Milk Institute telling us that Florida does not follow rigorous standards and testing procedures for raw milk, and they firmly believe raw milk is safe and healthy to drink. Now, that's only if strict guidelines for standards and testing are followed, they say. Now, remember, the Food and Drug Administration, along with the Centers for Disease Control, says that drinking raw milk is one of the, quote, riskiest foods a person can consume. So to make sure your milk is safe, any milk that you're drinking, the CDC first recommends drinking pasteurized milk and dairy products. They also say to refrigerate perishable foods like milk at 40 degrees or colder to slow bacterial growth, and never leave dairy products out for more than 2 hours or even just 1 hour if your perishables are exposed to temperatures above 90 degrees. So that would be in a case, Marky, like in a hot car on your way home from the grocery store, or if you were at a picnic, something like that.
Yeah, really good to keep in mind this season, but they say, yeah, raw can be risky, and hopefully those who are sick and hospitalized are on the mend this morning. Anna, thank you. Remember, everybody, you can catch Anna Coin.
Okay, big scary raw milk is going to get you. I don't know. And I think it's interesting how it's just isolated to Florida. They're saying the influencers are promoting drinking raw milk. They're claiming that it helps with asthma and allergies. But then they turn around and say the CDC says if you consume milk that hasn't been pasteurized, it could contain a variety of bacteria that can cause a list of health problems. Each state regulates milk differently, raw milk differently, which is weird because it's all the same product. I don't know why we would all regulate it differently. It's kind of like our fucking elections. Some companies sell it as labeled for animal consumption, and then the CDC claiming it is one of the most risky foods you could consume. I don't know. There's people out here that lick buttholes, so I think it's going to be all right, you know? I think people just need to brush their teeth and drink some water. You'd be okay. I don't know why these 21 sick people all happen to be in Florida. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. It sounds like they need to figure out where the milk came from more than just drinking raw milk itself, but those are just my thoughts. Next up, President Trump wants new census made excluding illegal border crossers. Sounds like a good idea to me. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about consuming raw milk. Zero, I leave my butter out in a dish. Don't most people do that? I don't know. I keep everything in the fridge. I put bread, butter, almond butter, fuck everything but honey. I pretty much keep it in the fridge. But I thought regular ass people just left their butter out. Guess my understanding is that they accidentally milked the bulls instead of the cows. I think you're right, guess I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Goth, everything in moderation. Too much of something like raw milk increases the chances of getting the bacteria. Yeah, that makes sense. What's up, Jack? Happy freedom to you. Next thing, you won't be able to buy potatoes because if you don't cook them first, it'll give you the shits. Yeah. Well, like onions and everything else. You know, I don't know, this is kind of related, but not really related. I was thinking yesterday about how pretty soon in the near future, we're going to wish we would have bought all the dumb tech because everything now is becoming smart and they're trying to put AI in everything. And I was thinking about like security cameras because I got security cameras here in the house just in case bad stuff happens. Or if I need to check on the giant Klaus while I'm away, which almost never happens, eventually we'll have AI in the cameras. And so the AI can do whatever it wants with whatever it can see. And then we will wish we had dumb cameras and things like that. I don't know. You just made me think of that, Jack. Told the care, keep your tits out of the mud. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's all we gotta do. We'll fix it. Beck Frank, they don't want us to be self-sufficient, period. Yeah, it's true. They gotta tell us to be scared of everything. So then we just get it directly from the government. What's up, Bill Clay? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Major? Happy freedom to you. Stoner, you're out here talking about feet? Is that what you're saying? Jack, how the fuck did our ancestors even survive? I don't know. I wonder that every day. I look at the way people drive, and I'm like, how the fuck did you even become an adult? Like, sometimes just sitting at Walmart and listening to people try and read the label, and they're like sounding out the words. I'm like, how the fuck did you even drive here? Like, I don't know. I'm disappointed. Disappointed in the general public. Thank you so much, Patriot Dad, for that $1 donation over on Rumble. Really appreciate you, Patriot Dad. Thank you so much for the support. It says, kind of late for coffee, Jeff. Happy freedom. Yeah, I know. We're really late today. I'm ready for coffee all day, though. Kevin, straight from the teat. That's what she said. Mm-hmm. Major, my house is dumb as fuck. I miss when mine was. I just worry about bad stuff happening to me while I'm sitting here. I want it all to be on camera. What's up, Mike T? Happy freedom. Guess why you gotta always one-up me. I got 12 cameras recording at all times. I got 6 cameras pointed at me right now. You didn't have to outdo me like that, guess. It's unnecessary. What's up, Matt Rogers? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Dave Walker? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Addie Walker? Happy freedom. What's up, Absolute? Happy freedom to you. I keep dumb cameras, no clouds. Yeah, yep. Especially if you got wired cameras. The wireless ones, like mine, are Wi-Fi cameras, and it's nice and convenient, but it means that they could be intercepted. If you got wired cameras, then you're good to go. What's up, BH? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Guy? Guy, they want your bones frail and easily controlled. Yeah, I've actually started buying Fairlife milk, and it's, I don't know, it's got something stripped of it, because when I drink regular milk, I don't feel good. And so I've been drinking this Fairlife milk because I'm worried I'm making my bones weak because I don't consume milk. What's up, Mike Engel? What's up, Venom? Happy freedom. Parabellum, love the tune. I know, that's one of my favorite songs. Hair Juicer suggested it to me one day when we were in the voice chat. Mike Engel, this needs to be happy hour with hooligans instead of coffee with hooligans. Well, I wasn't intending on starting at 8 o'clock at night. It just kind of happened. Guess 2 of mine are in the shower and 1's in the bedroom, if that helps. I mean, you still got me. You still got me by 3 cameras. MU, I had milk straight from the teat and I'm still alive. What a legend. What's up, Tree Herder? Happy freedom to you. We're lucky you're still with us, MU. I'm glad you made it. All right, we're going to move forward here. Like I said, President Trump wants new census made excluding illegal border crossers.
President Trump is...
I don't know. Sounds like a good idea to me, because the border crosser situation is a fucking problem, and we don't need any more people looking for incentive to bring in illegals. Hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
President Trump is calling for a census overhaul that would exclude undocumented migrants. So he's directed the Department of Commerce to start working on what he describes as a, quote, new and highly accurate census, which would be based on modern data and insight from the 2024 presidential election. And Trump made his stance clear, saying, quote, people who are in our country illegally will not be counted in the census. Trump's efforts for a new census mid-decade come as Texas Republicans try to redraw their congressional map with much pushback from Democrats. The last census took place in 2020 and counted around 331 million people, and the next one is set for 2030. Now, census data determines how many seats each state gets in the House of Representatives and helps decide how billions of dollars in federal funding are distributed. And excluding undocumented immigrants, it could shift political power, likely favoring Republican-leaning states while reducing representation and resources for states like California and Texas, which have large undocumented populations. However, this challenges the Constitution, specifically the 14th Amendment, which requires that every person living in the U.S. be counted regardless of immigration status for the purpose of apportioning representatives in Congress. And in the past, courts have ruled that only Congress, not the president, has the authority to decide who's included in the census for congressional representation. And Trump already tried this overhaul of the census during his first term, but it was blocked by the Supreme Court.
Okay. So we've been talking about this on and off for more than a year now at this point. The last time I got Census, I showed all of you guys that I had got Census in the mail, and I was talking about how it sucks that we're doing Census before President Trump had got into office, because that meant that we had more than 25 million illegals in the country, and that's going to affect Census. So even when we do the mass deportation, it's too late. It's already affected Census. And so if they change it so it doesn't include illegals, then that takes away the incentive for Democrats to bring in illegals into the country to try and influence more electoral seats and stuff, like their electoral votes and things that are affected by Census. So sounds like a good idea, but then like they said at the end of the video there, President Trump apparently tried to do this during his first term, and SCOTUS blocked him from doing it. So we'll see how it goes. Next up, new charges in New York shooting of off-duty CBP officer. This is a follow-up video. We covered this when this originally happened. I think it was last month. Now we're going to get some details on what's going to happen with the two illegals that had shot him in the face, and I think they also shot him in the arm. It's coming up next, but first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this census situation. Zero, the only smart thing in the house is the TV. Everything else, or otherwise everything else is dumb except hubby, he's smart. Yeah. I don't know. The more electronic gadgets you have, the more problems you have. Oh man, I was ripping my hair out. See, that's why I got like this. I was ripping my hair out earlier and freaking out because the Wi-Fi wasn't working, and I couldn't figure out why. I spent 2.5 hours trying to figure out why the Wi-Fi wasn't working. And it didn't really affect the live, and it was before I put the schedule together, so that's not an excuse for why I'm late. But I was sitting here and I could not figure it out, and so I ended up doing a factory reset on my Wi-Fi router because I couldn't figure it out. The computer was connecting to the internet. It goes through the Wi-Fi router, so the router is receiving internet, but none of my devices were connected, and I could not figure that out. And I thought the damn cyber criminals were getting me or something like that. Well, I kept Googling all this crap, like how do I fix it? And everything's saying look for Wi-Fi buttons on the router and just click it and hold it and see if it activates your Wi-Fi or whatever. And I'm like, this thing doesn't have buttons, and I'm looking all over it, so I can't figure it out. And then I do the factory reset. Well, then I got to register the damn unit again. I got to reconfigure the network and all the bullshit. So I sit here and jump through the hoops. Well, then I can't sign into my account, and I got to call customer service, and I got to change passwords. I got to do all this dumb shit. And I get to the end of it. I get it all figured out, and everything's working. I get down and I grab the router, and it has a row of lights like you would see on any other Wi-Fi router, but the last two lights are not lights, they're fucking Wi-Fi buttons. And I click the button and shut the Wi-Fi off, and I realized that Klaus Daniels was laying on that damn Wi-Fi router last night while I was playing the game, and he shut the fucking Wi-Fi off, and I've never experienced that before. So it's his fault that I went through that today. So anyways, like I'm saying, having smart tech isn't that great. Anyways. There's a button that's usually on the front with a little symbol that you press and it lights up new devices for Wi-Fi. Yeah, mine looks like lights. It's a row of lights, but the last two lights are actually buttons, but they don't look like buttons. They just look like more lights. And so yeah, I went through all that shit, and all I had to do was, when I realized I didn't have Wi-Fi, was just click the button. That's all I had to do. Now I know. And I'm telling you guys so you don't have to go through it. Now you know. What's up, Silent Tripod? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Shroomish? Happy freedom to you. Yeah, Shroomish, I'm just late. I'm just late today. I don't know. It took me forever to put the schedule together. Jack, make voting only at ICE offices. That's a good idea, except for the closest one to me is like 2 hours away. I'd still go vote in person, though. Kevin, hear about Nova Scotia government banning people from going to the woods, hiking, or even fishing. Like what I'm going to do, rub 2 trout together and start a wildfire? No, I haven't heard that, Kevin. They do not tell us Canadian news. Like, you have to like really look for it. It is not just stuck in our face. And I don't know why it's like that, but that's the way it is here, unfortunately. What I have heard, though, is I've heard that nobody's got footage of these Canadian fires. But here in Michigan, we're smoking 3 packs of Canadian Fire every damn day. It sucks going outside. It looks like it's foggy, but it's not. It's smoke. And it smells like a burning house. It smells like chemicals. And it's like first when you're breathing it, your throat becomes sore. And I don't know, it hurts your throat. But then eventually it affects the way you talk. Because your vocal cords don't vibrate the same because you're breathing in that smoke. But I haven't seen any fires on the internet, and people are now asking Canadians, like, if you see fire, will you show us? Because we're not convinced that it's actually Canadian fires. It's something else happening. I just know that the smoke sucks. That's all I know. But if you see any videos of Canada on fire, Kevin, send me some videos, because I want proof that it's actually Canadian fires. Crit Kiss went to the DMV today. 4 hours of pure hell. Yeah, I believe it. I hate going to the DMV. His DMV needs a bar, that I'm certain. Could you imagine that, though? You got bar fights going on, you're trying to renew your plates. Picture Dad, sure, blame it on the cat. No, it really was the cat this time. Normally I'm rejecting the idea of Klaus Daniels doing anything wrong, but no, Klaus did it. Klaus did it. It's his fault. What's up, Too Old to Care? What's up, Free the Texan? Happy freedom. Kevin, sorry. It's not your fault, Kevin. It better not be your fault. Vinny C, it's not Canadian wildfires. It's government pumping toxins in the air. That's what it sounds like, yeah. That's what it seems like to me. Certain Tripod. Most summers we get hammered. See, I've only noticed this twice. Like, I've lived in Michigan my entire life. Been here 36 years, and only 2 years have I ever experienced Canadian wildfire smoke. And now this is just going to be a regular thing. It's weird. It's like COVID. What's up, Wolfgas? Happy freedom to you. Starting Tripod, you smell the burned wood burned wood smell. It's your clothes. Yeah, because outside it smells like burning plastic. That's a problem. J Spray, there's a fire going by Lake. What is that? Piru? Interesting. I haven't seen any footage of fires. Zero, I can't find the smoke coming into Michigan on the COD website either. It shows the atmosphere, and usually you can see where the fires are in the smoke flow. Yeah, it's weird. It's just It's been foggy here in Michigan for a couple weeks now. Meta, you ever tried honey made with peppers? No. Like spicy honey? I've never had that before. I've heard of spicy honey, but I've never had it. Meta, you're not late. You're California time. I don't think you're getting me any brownie points here. What's up, Killer J? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Blukester? Happy freedom to you. Plukester, my home alarm system warns me when the Wi-Fi goes down. The way I found out is I yelled out to the Google unit. It was like, hey, what's the weather? And it was like, you need to have internet. And I was like, what the fuck? Because the last time that happened is when my identity was stolen on April 1st, 3 years ago, when the cyber criminals were getting me. And so, yeah, I started like falling to pieces. What's up, Atlas? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Spirit Matter? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Jagula? Happy freedom. All right, hooligans, we're going to move forward here. Like I said, new charges in New York shooting of off-deputy CBP officer. This is a follow-up. The shooting, I believe, happened last month. But we're getting some details on what they're going to do with the illegals that shot the guy. And I want to say he was shot in the face and he was shot in the arm. Either way, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube. And let's get into this.
So the feds say they should have been deported. Now the suspects in the shooting of an off-duty Customs and Border Protection officer are facing some very serious charges. This happened last month. You remember this video of a couple in the park? He was an agent. The shooting that happened right after that, as they tried to rob this officer and he fired back. Mayor Eric Adams saying that probably prevented more robberies. Correspondent Nate Foy joins me now with more. Hi, Nate.
Hey, Martha. So Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg says the two illegal migrants were in the middle of a pre-planned robbery spree when one of them shot the off-duty CBP officer in the face. The migrants now charged with state crimes, including attempted murder, robbery, and criminal possession of a weapon. Now, the feds say neither of the migrants from the Dominican Republic should have been in the country in the first place. Each one had been arrested several times and released, despite active ICE detainers and deportation orders in place.
If they were deported and or not allowed to be in this country, this tragedy wouldn't have happened.
So both migrants remain in federal custody today. They're accused of shooting the off-duty officer as he tried defending himself and another victim. Today we learned that officer's out of the hospital but still has a long road to recovery ahead. The accused shooter, Martha, Miguel Mora Nunez, who you see here, has a violent history. He was arrested for second-degree assault in New York City, then armed robbery with a firearm in Boston, and he walked free every time. Today, Manhattan DA Bragg said these charges actually represent law and order in New York City.
I think this is a good example, first and foremost, of that anyone who engages in this type of alleged violent conduct in Manhattan will be held accountable.
DA Bragg says their arraignment will likely happen a couple weeks from now, and the state charges will run in parallel with the federal charges, Martha.
All right, Nate, thank you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here.
Okay, so that's our follow-up video for the two illegals that shot that off-duty Border Patrol agent, saying that they're being charged with attempted murder, robbery, criminal possession of a weapon, and they're currently in federal custody right now. What I think is going to happen is that they're going to get sentenced, and if they actually get convicted, which they should get convicted, if they do, then we're going to pay for them to live in prison for however long they're going to live there, and then hopefully afterwards they'll be deported. If they get deported right now, they'll be kind of leaving without punishment. So I think what's going to end up happening, if they get convicted, they're going to end up being in our prison where we're going to have to pay for these assholes to be alive because they're pieces of shit and decided to break into the country and then break our laws while they were here. Next up, hate crime. FBI investigating attack on Israeli soldier. This is an interesting story here. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this follow-up video. The illegals that shot this off-duty Border Patrol agent. Zero, what about the assholes that beat the cop a couple years ago and they were let out? They told us that they caught him on the way to California and then they stopped talking about it. And they never told us their names. And when they supposedly had them, when they had caught them on the way to California or whatever, they blurred their faces out. And I said when we covered that, I bet we never hear about them again because it's really easy to just claim you caught the same people when you're blurring their faces out and stuff like that because we don't know who they are. The only time we actually saw their face is when they got free bond out of jail. And then they disappeared and they didn't show up for court anymore. Then all of a sudden it's just this random story. Oh yeah, I caught him on a Greyhound on the way to Cali, blah, blah, blah. And then they never talked about it again. They didn't even say what they did to him. They didn't say whether they extradited him back to New York or they didn't say anything. They were like, oh, we got him. Don't worry anymore. Don't worry about it. We got it. And then they stopped talking about him and swept it under the rug. Freezing Texan bullets are cheaper than prison. That's right. Patriot Dad criminals being criminals? Yes, they are. Oh, Goth. Yeah, and you should also do 2A authentication. Like, everything I have now signs in through, like, the Authenticator app and stuff like that. It's a pain in the ass to deal with that shit, but it's way better than having your identity stolen. Free the Texan, they'll just sneak back in. Well, that's why it's kind of a good thing that we hold them accountable before trying to deport them, is because if we do, like, say these guys killed a bunch of people and we just deport them. Well, when they sneak back in 6 months, not gonna really be justice served, right? So it sucks that we'd have to pay for them to survive in prison while they're here doing their time. But that's the only thing that makes it better than just straight deporting them. Colty, did anybody else catch that? Armed robbery with a firearm. What the fuck was that? What do you mean? Like, why did they word it like that? If that's what you're asking, I imagine it's two things. One, the reporter could just be fucking brain dead because these are really stupid people out here telling stories. We talk about that every damn day. But two, they may have been saying that because you can get armed robbery without having a firearm. Like, if you just walk into a gas station, you're like, hey, give me all your money or whatever. That's armed robbery, even though it's just your hand. That's the way the law is. And so that could be why they worded it that way, but my bet's on the journalists is just got their head up their ass. What's up, Wong? Happy freedom to you. Wong. Predator drones could track and follow the border crossers until caught. Yeah. Well, and they're talking about implementing drones and stuff on the border. Right now we got spy balloons, which I didn't even know we had that. And I guess they're very effective. But they're talking about doing drones and stuff like that. And I don't know. Seems like a good idea. Meta was 95 plus here in Cali. Toasty. And we're on fire too. Smoky skies, Cali fire. Trying to get a handle on 4 fires. Holy Meta. Hopefully things clear up and cool off out there. What's up, Rip Haven? Happy freedom to you. Rip Haven might be a little extreme, but death penalty would deter that stuff. It's true. What's up, Master Meatball? Happy freedom to you. Ship them to a prison in another country. Yeah, see, and I'm for that idea. That's why I like the Supermax in El Salvador, the CCOT, because they're in prison over there where we're not paying for that. Gotta make CCOT great again. Alright, hooligans, we're going to move forward. Like I said, this next one's about a hate crime. FBI investigating attack on Israeli soldier. It's happening here. I don't really cover news outside of the U.S. We got our own problems. But before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to participate in Free Speech Saturday, make sure you post all of your memes over on Discord or on jeffmaclive.com. Just hop in the group chats on either platform. You'll see the tabs labeled memes. Drop what you got and we'll shout you out as we're making Saturdays more fun. Let's get this polled up. Now they're going to be talking about anti-Semitism and all this other stuff. I think that they should worry about discrimination across the board, considering it's not just Jewish people getting roughed up these days. But either way, go ahead and hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the FBI is now investigating a potential hate crime after 3 cars were set on fire outside the home of an American who served in the Israeli military.
Lucas Tomlinson has all the details. Good morning to you, Lucas.
Good morning, Ainsley. The FBI and local authorities are investigating what they're calling a hate crime after anti-Semitic graffiti and multiple cars were firebombed outside St. Louis.
When you hear somebody say globalize the Intifada, this is what it looks like. It looks like burned out cars on suburban streets in America. This is not confined when somebody says that they want to take this fight to Jews around the world.
When the Clayton, Missouri Police Department arrived on scene at 3 a.m. Tuesday, it found 3 vehicles set on fire. No injuries were reported. The FBI and the St. Louis Regional Bomb Squad and Arson Unit are assisting in the investigation. And this drone feed captured graffiti spray painted on the street, which we can all see reads "Death to the IDF," the Israel Defense Forces. Authorities believe this was a targeted attack. Leo Terrell, the chairman of the Justice Department's task force to combat anti-Semitism, posted, quote, "An American citizen who served in the IDF returned to his family home. Soon after, he and his family were targeted. Anti-Semitic violence has no place in America, not in St. Louis, and not anywhere. We will pursue every avenue to bring perpetrators to justice." The victim has not been identified, guys. Terrell says Attorney General Pam Bondi has been briefed. The FBI says anti-Semitic hate crimes in the U.S. hit a record high last year. Guys?
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Lucas.
This day and age, I'm sure they'll find out who did this because of all the Ring doorbells and all the cameras people have on their houses now.
Yeah, and I read where one of the neighbors in an article was saying this doesn't happen in Clayton, Missouri.
Right.
I mean, here's an American citizen that goes to serve in the IDF, comes home, and in a quiet suburb of St. Louis, this horrific attack. We just in Washington, just months ago, we had the murder at the Jewish Museum. Now this out there, and when that spokesman was saying that this is what globalized the Intifada looks like, he's right.
So the FBI has been warning for a while that the hate crimes against the Jewish people were going up. Meanwhile, we had former President Biden focusing on Islamophobia when the data didn't really support that. We've seen the protests in the middle of the street. We've seen the deaths of Jews as well as being targeted, knife attacks, shootings as well. We've honored them on this program before, but it seems like the liberal media doesn't want to acknowledge this.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe.
Okay. So like I said, talking about anti-Semitism and all that stuff. Saying 3 cars were set on fire. Graffiti was spray painted on the street saying "Death to IDF." The victim was is an American citizen. He served in the IDF, and now the FBI is getting involved, saying this was a targeted attack. And they're suspecting it being a hate crime, considering the anti-Semitism markings and whatever. I don't know, it's not good, but like I said, they're cracking down on anti-Semitism, but if people go out there and scream "fuck white people," nobody cares. And I don't know. I think if you're gonna care about one thing, you should just care about all this shit. If people are being mistreated for their skin color or their religion or things like that, there should be a standard, right? A set standard that this is not okay. President Trump really cracking down on anti-Semitism, which is good, but not everybody's Jewish, and other people kind of need attention on bad shit happening to them too, but that's just my 2 cents on it. Either way, next up we got 5 soldiers wounded at Fort Stewart in shooting. Accused shooter identified as Army Sergeant. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this hate crime they're talking about. Guess I've come across 2 live channels calling for death to white people, and one shapeshifter doing, let me see, saying he wants to kill all men live on YouTube. It's getting scary. Yeah, I guess. And nobody pays attention to that. And it's not just about white people. I don't want people killing green people, right? Like, that's the thing. It's just nobody wants to be mistreated for their religion or for their skin color, right? There's nothing you could do about that. I mean, you can do shit about your religion, I suppose. You shouldn't have to, right? We live in a free country. But you can't do shit about your skin color. So being mistreated because of that needs attention just as much as being mistreated for being Jewish, you know? Jay Spray, is he going to delete himself? Now, you know, those shapeshifters, they got like a 70% chance of just solving their own problems. That's the only reason I don't worry about shapeshifters. 70% of them smoke themselves. This is a problem that eventually will solve itself. You just got to protect your kids and hide your kids from that shit long enough, and eventually it won't exist anymore. Zero, it's cheaper at CCOT or any place overseas. What? Oh, to house illegals? Yeah, they should just send all the illegals to CCOT. Guess I fucking hate green people. Racist. Holy. Look at everybody organizing in the chat. Holy. People will be out there saying green lives matter and shit. Look at Kevin. Fuck green people. Look what I did. This is all my fault. I wonder what my Wikipedia page is going to say about this. Crit Kiss, Mossad false flagged its own people to gain capture and control. See, I don't know a whole lot about foreign problems. I just worry about our own problems. Goth. Guarantee the person that did it is a shapeshifter or a pierced face weirdo. Yeah. Oh yeah. A very high chance of that. Rip Haven. Wow, for those who don't know, St. Louis Clayton is a really nice township, but the crime in St. Louis trickles out there. Yeah, see, and that's what I was thinking too. They were like, especially in a nice neighborhood right outside St. Louis, blah, blah. And I'm like, isn't crime really fucking bad there? Like, you can have a good town inside bad states, but, you know, every once in a while, crime is going to show up. That's how it goes. Shrek. Why are you guys hating on Shrek? How did this happen? Consequences of my actions. Feel like your text in St. Louis has been a shithole for 20 years? Yeah. I've always heard that it's rough out there. Zero standing up for the Pepes. Snooks, I like certain colors of green. Are you saying some of them are the good ones? It's fucking terrible. That's terrible. I guess the news started crying about the clankers. Remember I played that funny video for you guys where people were being racist to the robots, calling them clankers and stuff? The news started talking about it and claiming it's bigotry out of control and stuff like that. So eventually we won't be able to say clanker anymore because YouTube and Twitch will shit their tampons out about it, so you might as well just get it out while you can. Eventually they're going to make it a red word and we won't be able to say it. Meta, I would try hot honey. Rich, yesterday was my dad's birthday, the day they bombed Hiroshima. I picked that day for my wedding anniversary so I wouldn't forget 20 years. That is awesome, Rich. That's fantastic. I have problems remembering stuff too, so I love that. Love the shit out of that. Awesome. Jagged of the undocumented space peoples. Yeah. What's up, Skulls? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Teasel? Happy freedom to you. Where's the cheekiest of the chops? What is going on today? Maybe it's too late. Started too late. Guess some smells like green people in here. Guess we can say wanker but not clanker. Yeah, I know. The world we live in. Snooks, you dropping boobs in the chat, but one of them's got like a lazy nipple. I don't know what to say about that. Either way, moving forward here, like I said, 5 soldiers wounded at Fort Stewart in shooting. The accused shooter, I love when they word things like that. Like they didn't witness this guy fucking shooting people. The accused shooter is identified as Army Sergeant, which is not good. So a lot of weird stuff in this story. Now, I had to watch a couple of videos to get all the details, and I picked the one that tried to provide the most in a single clip, but some weird stuff. Some people saying weird stuff about his facial hair, saying if he's an Army sergeant, why is his facial hair not so clean? Also, he had his own personal pistol on him, and they have no idea how he was able to get in with his own pistol without any security measures detecting it. Either way, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
Fort Stewart is back open this morning after a shooting that forced the base into lockdown.
Yeah, 5 soldiers were hurt. Investigators say the suspected shooter here is a fellow service member. Secretary of the Army scheduled to speak about this incident in just a couple hours. Ariana Manise is live in the newsroom.
So, Ariana, tell us, what have we learned this morning so far about this suspect?
Well, Aisha and Dan, we know the shooting happened inside of a logistics building where the suspect worked. The Army says 5 soldiers were shot. The suspect, Army Sergeant Cornelius Rafford, is accused of opening fire just before 11 a.m. Wednesday morning. We're learning their first call of an active shooter came in around 10:56. By 11:04, Fort Stewart was in lockdown. Rafford was apprehended shortly after by 11:35, and video show base gates clearing. Right now, we know they were cleared around 12:30. We're looking at a timeline right now showing the timeline of everything that transpired yesterday. That lockdown was lifted around 12:10. Commanders say Rafford was quickly tackled by other soldiers, stopping the attack. Investigators believe Rafford used a personal handgun, not a military-issued weapon. Fort Stewart's commander says the response was fast, but finding out how the suspect got his own personal gun through security is now a priority.
We've got a great partnership with local law enforcement. As you can see here at our gates, we have armed guards and protective equipment. This one's a bit difficult, and we're going to have to determine how he was able to get a handgun to his place of duty.
Now, all 5 soldiers who were shot are in stable condition, expected to recover. The motive is still unclear at this point. Rafford is in pretrial confinement this morning and awaiting formal charges. Back to you.
Ariana, thanks. Fort Stewart is south of Atlanta near Savannah, Georgia. 11 Alive's Gilad Malamed joins us now from Hinesville near the military base with reaction from people who live there.
I'm at a gas station about 2 miles from Fort Stewart, and just within minutes of being here, I met 2 people who work at daycare centers, and both of them went into lockdown yesterday, all while their coworkers were speaking to or trying to speak to their loved ones who were at the base. One of those women even tells me that about half her coworkers had relatives there, and then the other woman tells me that her spouse is in the same brigade as those soldiers who were shot.
So I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe, I'm so glad you weren't at work today, but thank God you had an appointment at the same time. But yeah, knowing that there were there were people we knew that were there, that's, definitely scary and not okay.
We have a lot of veterans that work at our establishment, and so it was quite impactful for them as well. They were like, oh my goodness, the soldiers were, I hope no one is killed. I was feeling the same way. My dad was a soldier, my brother was a soldier. It was just very close to home. I was so relieved to find out that they're going to be okay. Yeah, I know that they're probably going to be affected mentally about it, but I'm just really glad that they're okay.
Local leaders here echoing what the people we spoke to said about the significance of Fort Stewart. The mayor of Hinesville saying that Fort Stewart is more than a military installation. It is a vital part of Hinesville, saying the soldiers there are family, friends, and neighbors. In Hinesville, Gilad Malamed, 11 Alive News.
All right, Gilad, thank you.
All right, so like I said, quite a bit of details there on this story. Saying that the shooter was a sergeant. He used his own pistol. Yeah, his pistol. That's a different thing. That's what you hold on to in the bathroom. His own pistol, not his service weapon. And they can't figure out the motive. So I feel like if there was a follow-up, it would be if they can determine what the motive was, but I don't know that we're actually going to get a follow-up like that. They're saying that the 5 soldiers that he shot are expected to recover, so really he just made an ass of himself, and now he's going to have to face the consequences of it. Next up, mosquito-borne virus outbreak in China stokes fear. They are treating this like COVID in China. They're going back into the lockdowns, I guess. They better not do that shit here. I don't think they will. I think there's too many people who are eager to resist another lockdown, like can't wait for it to happen so they can resist it. So I don't think they'll do that to us, but Blue News is probably screaming from the rooftops, you're going to die. So either way, it's coming up next. First, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this shooting that happened. Matt Rogers, Clinton made it illegal for military members to store their firearms at home on base. Have to check in at the armory. Interesting. Wouldn't they know? Like, if you get a pistol, I mean, unless he bought it illegally, which maybe he did. But if the pistol was registered in his name, wouldn't they know that he didn't turn in his pistol? I mean, I guess somebody would have to actually look into it. Zero, she looks like Crockett. I thought she kind of looked like Cardi B. I thought I was waiting for her to start speaking to really tell if it was Cardi B or not. It looked a lot like her. Yes, I'm already wearing a mask, a condom, and long johns. You just need your AR. You'll be good to go. They're not gonna know which side you're on. They're just gonna know you're an extremist. Wong, actually, they don't search vehicles unless your ID comes back with a warrant. Would be nearly impossible. Interesting. For the text. I'm not going to read that all out, but that's funny. Never seen a pistol like that. Told to care, driving onto post, especially at peak times, not all vehicles are searched. Wouldn't be that hard to get a personal weapon in. Did they just not expect people to bring weapons in there because it's a dumb idea? A lot of people are asking why he's still alive. And they're like, how did this guy survive that? How do you go into a group of soldiers, start shooting them, and then nobody shoots you and kills you? Bill Clay, I used to live in Fort Stewart in the late 80s. That's cool. It sucks that shit's going on right there, or there right now. MU, Bobby, I'm still missing you. I don't know where Bobby went. I need to send out an Amber Alert. What's up, Bright Gaming? Happy freedom to you. Wong, security is contracted. It's not active duty. That's interesting. I didn't know that. I've never been on a military base. Rip Haven, they don't carry guns unless they're security. Well, I imagine the security is how they got him, how they stopped him. Meta, what happened to the hot chip? Did you eat it? No, it's sitting here. I'm trying to figure out what to do with the hot chip. I got it sitting right here. They ask about it when we do the voice chat too. I got to figure out a day where we're going to do it. And it's going to be a day where we don't have anything else going on. Because once I eat it, I'm not going to be able to cover the news. And so I don't know how we're going to do it yet. I'm still trying to figure it out. I would like to make an event out of it. Some hooligans were suggesting that we do it at the Hooligan Picnic, which is on the 23rd. And I don't know, because it might put me out of commission, and I got to be there to entertain everybody all day. So, I don't know. I'm working on it. We'll figure out something with the hot chip. One day we're going to eat it. Rich. Bill Gates invested a lot of money into mosquito research and letting them loose. Been doing it for years. Yeah, I can't remember what was happening. There was something happening, and I remember there was videos coming out saying that they were releasing mosquitoes from like helicopters or planes or something, and I think it was happening in Florida to counter something that was going on. I can't remember what was going on, but these souped up mosquitoes that they were releasing was supposed to counter whatever the problem was. I don't know. It's not good. Playing God doesn't work. What's up, Bora? Happy Freedom. Jagular the White Shooter? No, that story, they don't even talk about that story anymore. Teasel the Zika virus? It's not. It's the Chikungunya virus. It's the Gundam style virus. That's what it is. The chicken nugget virus. I guess if you send an Amber Alert for Bobby, it confirms he's gay. You better get in the chat. You better get in the chat. He's going to end up being official. All right, like I said, mosquito-borne virus outbreak in China stokes fear. Now, in this video, they're not going to tell you to go hide under your bed or anything like that. Maybe tomorrow I'll get some blue team news and we'll listen about how we're all going to die and stuff like that. You know, we'll do that fun stuff tomorrow. This video, once again, is titled Mosquito-Borne Virus Outbreak in China Stokes Fear. Hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
Well, China is battling a new mosquito-borne and transmitted virus. It's called Chikungunya, which has over 7,000 cases so far. China is even bringing back COVID-like measures to try to contain the spread. The United States has even issued a travel warning alerting Americans to stay away from the outbreak region. Fox News medical analyst Dr. Mark Siegel is here with what we need to know. Dr. Siegel, thanks for coming on.
Great to see you, Ainsley.
So how worried should we be here in America?
Well, we're seeing a lot more mosquito-borne viruses right now. Dengue, chikungunya, Zika, and that's what we should be concerned about. There were 640,000 cases of this particular virus last year, and it's increasing. And this particular mosquito really is hardy. It breeds on very little bits of water, and it's hard to get rid of it. I'm also really concerned about the draconian measures that China is bringing back into place to try to control a virus where they're going to have no success whatsoever. Yet they're sending people in red vests to houses to make sure you don't have any stagnant water in the house. They're spraying you with insect repellent if you enter the city. They got drone planes flying overhead looking for stagnant water, sending a message that personal liberty is meaningless. That's the problem we had with COVID, and that didn't just occur in China, as you know. It spread to the rest of the world, including the United States with lockdowns. You're not going to be able to get rid of this virus this way, and it sends a wrong message about what public health is.
Yeah, and if you have stagnant water, they're going to fine you the equivalent of $1,400, and they'll turn your electricity off. Here are some of the stats. There are 240,000 cases from January through July in China. There are 7,000 as of... Oh, this is around the world. Okay, thank you. 7,000 as of Wednesday and 90 virus-related deaths. Now, I was talking to you during the break. We were so concerned during COVID because people were traveling into America and they were bringing the disease here. Can these mosquitoes get on the planes, get in the cargo?
Well, I told you, they can't buy a ticket.
Yeah.
But they can get in the luggage. They can hide in cargo bays. They can live on tiny little bits of water. Their eggs can last forever, even if they're dried out. And the virus itself can get you pretty sick. You get bone pain, you get muscle pain, you get high fevers. So it's nothing to take lightly. It gets people very, very sick. And it's spreading. And yes, they can come here. And then, Ainsley, they can seed our particular mosquitoes. We got a ton of these Aedes mosquitoes, AEDES, in the Southwest in Florida. And that's why not only travelers bring it here, but the mosquitoes come here as well.
Yeah, what are the symptoms? You mentioned the bone pain, you said. What are some other symptoms?
Bone pain, muscle pain. You can get a rash, you get headache, you get fatigue, you get nausea. The headache can be pretty prominent. Unfortunately, you can even get inflammation like encephalitis. So like West Nile virus, same idea. So these are particularly worrisome symptoms, and it's not usually deadly, but it can get you sick. And the bone pain and the muscle pain can last for many weeks.
I remember during Zika, I remember if you were pregnant, they said don't travel to certain countries. So.
This isn't as risk for pregnancy the way Zika is, but I'm glad you brought that up, because it's very hard sometimes to distinguish between Zika and dengue and this, because they go on the same mosquito.
All right, Dr. Siegel, thank you so much for coming on. Great to see you.
I'm Steve Ducey.
Okay, so the chicken nugget virus is going to get you. Gotta be real worried about that. They're saying China's going back into COVID-like measures because of the chicken nugget virus. They're saying they can cause bone pain, muscle pain, rash, nausea, fatigue, headaches, high fevers. They didn't tell you could die from it, but, you know, we'll wait. They'll bring that up next time. Like I said, maybe tomorrow we'll get us a CNN video or MSNBC, something like that, so they could tell us, you know, wear 3 masks, stuff 2 tampons real deep, and be afraid for your life. But today, that's what we got. Next up, we got the midlife break, our funny video halfway through. This one was provided by Stoner, and it's titled "Murder Kitty is Charging Up." It's coming up next, but first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about the chicken nugget virus. Zero, sounds like the flu. Yeah. Just like all the other bioweapons they plague us with. Guess some. I wish I can't read that out loud, but that's fucking hilarious. Certain trap out, it's all bullshit. Yeah. Absolutely. Long COVID? Nah, I don't know. I don't know anything about it. Goth, why would you have stagnant water in your house? I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know what they do in China. I don't know why they would have that. Ghostly, any kind of ouchie means you're gonna die. According to the blue team. Metal, they made it. Guarantee this is something that they made again. That's what I think too. Crit kiss. Hurry, wrap a plastic bag around your head. Viruses can enter through your eyes. Yeah. Well, they're saying the mosquitoes got to get you. And they're worried about a mosquito getting here and then mating with American mosquitoes. So then we got transnational mosquitoes or something or other. And then you know, they're going to date your daughter and you got to worry about that shit. I don't know. It's something like that. Like I said, we'll have blue team news tomorrow so we can have some fresh propaganda. What's up, Watchmen? Happy freedom to you. Told to cares, scare tactics for the simple-minded. Yeah. Absolutely. What's up, Stern? Happy freedom to you. Stern, homemade chicken and veggie soup. Sounds good. What's up, Bud Lightyear? Happy freedom to you. They're going to spray for bugs this weekend. Interesting. They're doing it in Pennsylvania. If it gets here, if the chicken nugget virus gets here, I wonder if they're going to do things like that. What are they going to do to save us from the chicken nugget virus? Because that's the thing. They bring a problem, and then they provide a solution to the problem. And they make you comply with the solution. And if you don't, then you're a part of the problem. That's how they did it with COVID and all that stuff. That's the way it goes. And so they're providing us with the problem. We just got to wait to see what the solution is. Yes, you got to bite the mosquito before they bite you. That's right. Assert dominance. Need that. Oop. Throw in the damn chapstick. Like I said, next up we got our mid-live break, our funny video halfway through. But before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to join the membership program over on Rumble and become an official hooligan, all you have to do is click that big red subscribe button right below where you type in the chat. But if you're on Android and using the Rumble app, you're unable to see that big red subscribe button. You got to open your browser, go to rumble.com, come to the live, hop in the chat, and like I said, right below where you type in the chat, you will see that big red subscribe button. Click that button and jump through the hoops, and your name will be highlighted as an official Rumble Hooligan. You'll have access to our custom emojis. We got chapstick emojis, screaming goat emojis, Klaus Daniels emojis, President Trump emojis, and more. It's a lot of fun during the live, especially during a Trump live, so definitely go join the membership program over on Rumble. And once again, like I mentioned earlier, they changed it just today. If you become an official hooligan over on Rumble, you will now have access to the premium live streams. So when we got to do this 5 hours of premium live streaming that's coming up before the month's over as part of the premium creator program, you will now be able to watch it without having to pay for the premium Rumble account. Just by being a hooligan, an official hooligan, you'll be able to watch it. So keep that in mind. Either way, let's go ahead and get into this mid-live break here. Now, like I said, this is provided by Stoner, and this is titled Murder Kitty is Charging. Going Super Saiyan. Getting back into the news here, like I said, without a warrant, GOP lawmaker reveals bombshell data search. This is an interview with Jim Jordan. He's talking about how the Biden administration told banks that they have to provide information on their customers for January 5th, January 6th, and January 7th, and then all of a sudden, people started getting debanked. And this is the first time we've covered anything that's directly tying the White House to debanking. Now, they don't really come to that conclusion in this video. They just provide us with all the tools to figure it out on our own, but that's what it's really seeming like. Not seeming. You guys chill out on that. Hit the like button and let's get into this.
Now, with reaction, he is the chairman of the House Judiciary Committee, and that is Jim Jordan. Well, if you look at the New York Post and our friend Charlie Gasparino, he said that the banks confirmed that this debanking did take place because of pressure from the Biden administration, banking regulators, and the Fed. So it either happened or it didn't happen.
Well, we know it's happened, Sean, because we've seen it before. I mean, banks they collect all kinds of information on their customers, and then they give the government access to that information. And we reported this in a report last Congress. After January 6, 2021, the FBI sends an email to Bank of America, says, we want all the credit card information, debit card purchases, credit card purchases of anyone who was in the Washington, D.C. area on January 5th, 6th, or 7th. And they asked for that information not without a warrant, which is not how it's supposed to be. So we know what the government does, and then they collect all this information from the banks, and we found in our investigation that 14,000 government employees back in the Biden administration searched that database 3 million times. Information the banks has, the government's going in there and finding out things about Americans that they're not supposed to, again, without a warrant. And that is not how it's supposed to work in our country. You want to search through your stuff, your viewer stuff, my stuff, the people I represent. You want to go through our stuff. The government's supposed to go get a warrant from a separate and equal branch of government, not do what they were doing. And then all this leads to what you're talking about. Sometimes then they'll go, well, we're just going to debank these people after what the government's told us to do, what the government's asked for. We're just going to debank them. That's the process that frightens us all.
How do we prevent this from happening? And for example, you know, an institution like the IRS, as powerful as they are, how do we prevent them from not targeting conservatives? You remember back in the day, we dealt with that issue and conservatives.
Yeah, it all starts with leadership. You got to have the right guy in the White House and a guy who understands, like President Trump. I mean, look at what he's done. He told businesses, he says, you need to start investing in America, and it's happening. We heard it today from Tim Cook and Apple. Then he said to universities, hey, knock off the nonsense, all the woke stuff, all the anti-Semitic baloney. That's changing. Now he's telling banks, you need to knock it off too. You can't just use, for political reasons, get rid of customers. You can't just turn information over to the government when they ask for it without a warrant. You can't do that. So it's all about leadership, and we have that kind of leadership now in the White House, and maybe just as importantly at the Department of Justice with Pam Bodney, Todd Blanche, and Kash Patel.
Do you believe there, with this grand jury, and I only got about 20 seconds, do you believe with this grand jury there will be indictments?
Relative to what Tulsi's brought forward?
Yes.
On the Russia case, I think John Brennan is everything I can see. This guy changed the intelligence community assessment. It was at his prompting, and Clapper and these guys. So I do think there's something there. And God bless Tulsi, again, showing leadership, bringing this information forward, and then forwarding it on to, referring it to the Justice Department. So we'll see what Pam and Todd and the team there at the Justice Department do. But I do think there's problems, particularly with Mr. Brennan.
Brennan, what about Clapper and Comey? We'll find out. Jim Jordan,
yeah,
thank you.
Yeah, yep, you bet, Sean. Thanks.
Yeah. Hey, Sean Hannity here.
All right. It sounded like Jim Jordan just called him Tom at the end there. Anyways, like I said, interview with Jim Jordan there saying that the Biden admin requested customer data from banks because of J6 and did it without a warrant. To me, it sounds like an invasion of privacy. It also sounds like the White House was influencing debanking, which is really interesting because President Trump is talking about making it illegal to do that because it's discrimination because of politics. So they need to hurry up and pass that before we end up with another Democrat in office changing things. But, you know, I guess they could change that too, right? Not only could a Democrat get back in and debank you, but this law or its executive order that President Trump's talking about signing will stop debanking. But what happens if we get another Democrat and they write an EO to bring it back somehow, saying it's really important to be able to interfere with banks and their customer service or some stupid shit like that. Next up, bond set for 6 suspects charged in downtown brawl. This has to do with the Cincinnati brawl that everybody's been talking about for like 2 weeks now. They now have 6 people in custody. All these people are bonding out. I don't know where they're getting the money to do these big bonds here, but either way, it's coming up next. First, we're gonna hop in the chat. Actually, yes, that is what we're gonna do. Anyways, we're gonna hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about Jim Jordan, what he's saying about the Biden administration being connected to debanking. Let me move this really quick. We're going to watch these in a different order. Also, I guess Rumblebot can generate images. I was trying to make that work. It's not working. I'm not sure why. I'll work on that. Either way, reading through. Guess if AOC wins, she'll require everyone to be gay or go to jail. I know, I'm not looking forward to that. I hate jail. Zero, Jim didn't answer the question. Which question? Patriot Dad, my debit card is rigged to explode if someone else touches it. Well, hopefully nobody touches it. Goth, asking for who used the bank debits in D.C. around J6 without a warrant is BS. Yeah, but you know they're not going to hold those people accountable. Metal. This is why it's extremely troubling that so many places are going to card-only shit. For that reason alone, they can control you. Yeah. Yeah, I think we were talking about either yesterday or the day before that it's very hard to do most things without having some sort of credit card, a debit card, whatever. Doing transactions online, paying bills and stuff like that. They're making it harder to use cash, and it's because they can track you and control you when it comes to online payments, whether you're doing it, through your card or PayPal or any of that stuff. They're able to track you. Ghostly, anything at this point to avoid going after pedophiles. Yeah, that's where we are. What's up, Starn? Happy freedom to you. Ghostly, all talk, no action. I know, that's all that happens on Capitol Hill. Stoner. Generate boob pictures. No, you got to use the command ! Image and then tell it what you want, but for some reason it's not providing the link. It's supposed to pop a link in the chat that'll take you to where the image is, but it ain't doing it. Meta, in the 1990s, West Nile virus was a big threat. Helicopters sprayed melathion poison. 30 years later, all rivers, lakes still test positive for West Nile. Seems it's a big threat to birds, not people that much. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. The government does terrible things all the damn time. Jagula, effing arrest somebody. Yeah, I mean anybody. It's like every 3 or 4 days they come out, they're like, oh, we got Obama on treason. Oh, we found out that the Russia stuff is a hoax. Oh, we found, it's like, okay, but what are you gonna do about it? What about the Epstein stuff? What about any of this stuff? And they're like, yeah, it's awful. It's awful that's going on. Okay, well, do you want to do something about that? Like, are you just telling us? You just telling us how bad things are so we know? Maybe that's all it is. What's up, Shadow? Happy freedom to you. Mr. Lynn, Biden didn't do it. AutoPen did it. Yeah, exactly. What's up, DB Cooper? Happy freedom. DB Cooper, arrest Bill Barr. Just arrest them all. Fuck it. Jagular, Sean Hannity's the absolute worst. Yeah. It's very pompous. What's up, Max? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Status Quo? Happy freedom to you. Ghostly. Guys, but the government said aliens. Please stop talking about Trump being on the list. Yeah, and I actually passed up the alien story. They saw like a dot in space, and they think the dot could be aliens, and the aliens are coming here because they want to hang out with us and want to know who officially changes old man Walter's diapers. I don't know. I didn't think it was a big story, so I just didn't put that on the schedule. Maybe tomorrow. Either way, moving forward here, like I said, bond set for 6th suspect charged in downtown brawl. They're saying that this is still an active investigation, and they assume they're going to find even more people to arrest and charge with crimes from this big brawl that happened in Cincinnati. There's videos going around forever, it felt like a couple weeks, showing this girl getting knocked out, laying there on the cement out in the street with her eyes wide open. This is a follow-up on that. Hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
Thank you so much. The sixth suspect in that downtown viral violence appeared before a judge this morning.
Aisha Devon faces numerous charges. WLWT News 5's Danielle Tindak was in the courtroom and brings us the latest on the investigation. Danielle.
Stephen, so far 6 people are arrested and charged in this case, and now all 6 have been before a judge. Devon is accused of assaulting 2 different people. This is her inside the arraignment earlier today. She's charged with 2 counts of felonious assault and 1 count of aggravated riot. Prosecutors say the first victim was a woman who was knocked unconscious, going on to add that Devon and others hit the woman in the face and head. We now know that woman who was assaulted is Holly, and we have been sharing updates on her injuries. Here's what we know about the second victim Devon is accused of assaulting.
And then
The other one was a male victim where she repeatedly kicked, stomped him while he was on the ground. Judge, these are significant acts of violence. I know the court is aware of this situation. Looking at her record, it does appear that she has 2 felony convictions for theft. It looks as if at some point there was a capias that was issued, possibly maybe on a probation violation as well.
Now, Devon was given a $300,000 bond. Her case will be presented to a grand jury on the 18th. Danielle Dindak, WLWT News 5.
And Danielle, let's talk more about the investigation. What's going on there?
Yes, Stephen, we're told that this is very much still an ongoing investigation. Like I mentioned, as of right now, only 6 people are charged in this case. Chief Thigi said that she does expect more charges and arrests to be forthcoming. Now, Chief Thigi also telling us last week that there was video about this situation, whether it's security or police body-worn camera. That was supposed to be presented to us sometime probably this week. That's from the chief herself. I've asked numerous times to the police department this week when that video will be released. I'm told this is still an ongoing investigation, so no timeline on that either.
We will continue to wait. Danielle Dindak live for us downtown. Danielle, thank you so much.
Okay. Now, I didn't realize when I screened the video that she got $300,000 bond, which means she only had to pay like $30,000 because you usually pay 10% of what it was. But how the hell did she pay $30,000 to bond out? Like, all of these people bonding out are paying big money like that. And like I told you when we were covering the last follow-up for this, sometimes you can put your house up and stuff like that, and that way if everything goes left, they're going to keep your house. But if everything goes right, then they'll let everything go. But they're saying 6 people have been arrested now. She just bonded out on a $300,000 bond, most likely paying $30,000 to get out. There's 2 counts of felonious assault and 1 count of aggravated riot. That's what she's being charged with. The police are still looking for more people that were involved in order to make more arrests, and they're saying that the investigation is still active. I don't know. I don't know how you pay $30,000 on bond and then smile in the courtroom. I don't get that. That don't make any kind of sense to me. Anytime I've gone to jail, it's been like $7,000 or $1,000. And so when I had to bond out, it's $700 or $100, not $30,000. Now, I've never committed felonies or anything like that, but even when I was paying that little bit of money, I wasn't smiling in the courtroom. I didn't like that shit. I hate dealing with jail. I hate dealing with court. These people, they look fond of it. Either way, next up, 2 arrested in $640,000 doll hair, gold coin, and identity theft scheme. This is a pretty interesting story. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this follow-up about the Cincinnati brawl. Guess, well, she didn't stab and kill him like Carmelo. It's cheaper. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true. What's up, Joe Bosch? Happy freedom to you. Might be BLM or Soros money that bonded them out. That's what I'm wondering. I'm waiting for Crump to show up, because that's the only missing piece of the puzzle at this point. If Crump shows up, then it's all going to start making sense. Jay Spray, I heard alcohol sales went up under Biden. Oh, I believe it. Totally believe that. Guess he didn't answer. Jim Jordan didn't answer if people would be charged. Yeah, it's because they're not. Because they're not going to. Jay Spray, I never get my bond money back. There's been times where I didn't get mine back. I had to go and serve. I had to serve the damn time. It's been a couple times I got it back, though. When I got older, I started getting my bond money back because I was dating somebody that had a fetish for pointing fingers at me and calling the police. and they'd show up and they'd arrest me and I'd sit in jail even though I didn't do anything wrong, and I'd bond out. And then we'd go to court and there'd be no evidence against me, and I'd be telling my attorney to postpone the court dates and create delays, and we need changes in the paperwork and all this bullshit, running them in circles so they got to pay extra money to try and put me in jail for shit that I didn't do. And eventually they just dismiss the charges and they got to give me my bond money back. Hate dealing with court, hate dealing with crazy women. That's why I keep my ass in the house with my giant cat. You know, it's just, it's about the best you can do in this world. Wong, there's a city councilwoman that needs to step down. She had posted on Facebook basically that they deserve the beatdown. We covered that video a couple days ago, and she's not just a city council person, she's the president. She's the president of the city council. Now they're saying that she's not seeking re-election, but I think she needs to step down as well. What's up, Sly Dog? Happy freedom to you. A double D bra. Oh, brawl. I said bra. I was thinking other things. Ghost, so you think they're drug dealers? It could be. I mean, it could be. Bill Clay, she should be in prison and be traded around for toilet paper. I think they're going to end up getting prison time, but I don't know. It depends on how their court system is out there. They're all on camera, acting like fucking animals and shit, you know, committing crime right there. So I don't know why they wouldn't get a prosecution out of this, but it's up to the prosecuting attorney. Jay Spray, trade my starched socks for some Raymond. I always played cards. I never traded anything because everything that's mine belongs to me. I don't like sharing and stuff. I'm just not big on that. So anytime I've been inside, I always just play cards for coffee, vegetables off their tray, ramen noodles, pretty much ingredients to make cook-ups and stuff like that. Pen, paper, envelopes, those kind of things. I've always played cards for that. Stern, it's humid here. It's messing with my spices. Sorry to hear that, Stern. The humidity was back today. We had a break from it for a little while, but it was back today. What's up, CW? Happy freedom. Jagula, same. The only thing the court wants is to get you stuck in the system, pay for all the layers of lawfare to keep rolling. Yep. Pay to be on probation, pay to be on tether, pay for anger management classes, pay for fines, pay for your time spent in jail. Like, it's such a pain in the ass. And if you don't pay, you go back to fucking jail and your bill gets bigger, and it's like, yay, it's a never-ending cycle. CW, I don't know what you're posting in the chat. Don't be spamming bullshit. I don't know what that is. Guess I'm glad it was hot and humid in Michigan. It serves you guys right. They keep saying it's the corn. I've never heard that. Never heard that before. And this year it's nonstop. The damn corn. They're saying we grow so much corn in the Midwest that it causes the humidity. I'm like, then get rid of the corn. I don't even fucking eat corn. We don't need corn. And it's all the high fructose corn syrup. It's got to be. Ain't nobody eating that much corn. Like, it's bullshit. I'd rather have no corn than high humidity. I'm sorry if you guys really like corn. You're going to have to find something else. But we need to do away with the corn. CW, what are you talking about? Instead of telling me whether or not it's spam, tell me what the hell you're talking about. Freely texting, I love corn. Yeah, Jonathan Davis, he's a badass. He is a badass. Ghostly, corn is for the cows. Oh. Well, yeah, we need cows. We need cows because steak is good, burger is good, and cow farts piss off AOC. And we got to keep the cows. I guess we're stuck with corn. We're stuck with corn. CW, check out the Wayback Machine. They deleted parts of our Constitution. The internet came after the Constitution, so don't know what you're talking about, buddy. Either way, moving forward here, like I said, 2 arrested in $640,000 doll hair gold coin and identity theft scheme. Now, I kind of feel like this lady was just a little bit naive more than anything else. The story is more entertaining than a real threat, in my opinion. Either way, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the commie tube, and let's get into this.
6:43 here on the East Coast. Welcome back to Live Now from Fox. We do want to briefly transition to a news alert, keeping your safety and security top of mind here on Live Now from Fox. We've learned 2 Californians were arrested in connection to a $640,000 gold coin fraud operation. That information according to the Metropolitan Police Department. We want to check in now with Fox 5 DC's Melanie Onwig. She joins us live this morning with the very latest. Melanie, good morning to you. A lot of eyes and ears alerted to this bizarre story.
That's right, because even though this happened here in Washington, D.C., with one elderly woman in this one case, the financial crimes investigators here at Washington, D.C. believe that this is one of those tip of the iceberg incidents where it could be much, much greater underneath, perhaps even under a nationwide fraud ring. Sometime last year, this began when the elderly woman's computer crashed and she got a pop-up message that her identity had been stolen. The message said to contact a customer service number. So the alleged agents that she called told her that her financial information had been compromised. So they advised her to make multiple wire transfers and purchases of gold coins, presumably for them to keep it safe for her. She lost $640,000 before learning she's been scammed.
I know it sounds a little outlandish, but I think we're dealing with professional.
Okay, really quick, I want to give a huge shout out to Toasty. Thank you so much for the raid over on Rumble. Really appreciate you, Toasty. Thank you so much.
Professional thieves, professional fraudsters and scammers. They're good at what they do, and I think in this case they were very good at what they do.
It doesn't seem to that person that they're being scammed. They think they're being helped. Well, unfortunately, somebody's helping themselves to their hard work and money in gold coins.
D.C. police say 27-year-old Amruth Vaca and 28-year-old Saloni Sheikh of Stockton, California, flew to D.C. thinking they were picking up another package from the woman containing $200,000 in gold, but they got a different kind of bars instead. Police arrested the pair Tuesday and charged them with first-degree fraud. Now, D.C. police were actually tipped to this case by the gold coin seller that the woman was purchasing from because he or she, I should say, sensed that something just wasn't right about all of these transactions and alerted police. The Financial Crimes Unit is now working with the Federal Bureau of Investigation to trace all of the suspects' interactions to see indeed, Janae, if there are more people involved in this. And one thing that they just want everybody to know, again, it's easy. These people work very hard to gain a suspect's or a victim's trust. And once that happens, it really opens the door for them to continue to give them money. So important for people to talk with their elder relatives and friends about the risks of these kind of financial crimes.
Great advice there. Fox 5 DC's Melanie Onwick, also important for many of the viewers because many of them actually invest and purchase these gold coins. And as you know, as people get light of people investing, of course, that's when the scams arise, as you just mentioned. Melanie, as always, a pleasure to have you on the show. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
Okay, so like I said, it's kind of more entertaining than something to worry about. They scammed her out of $640,000 in gold coins, and I don't even know how they did that. Like, they hit her up telling her identity was stolen and that they wanted to help her. She thought that was going to cost $640,000 in gold coins. Was it a pirate? Like, it's fucking, like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, they just got lucky and they just found somebody really gullible, I guess. I don't know. None of that shit made any sense to me, but it was very entertaining. Like I said, next up, Alligator Alcatraz hit with environmental lawsuit. They are pausing construction at Alligator Alcatraz in Florida. They are still operating. They're processing illegals and all of that. But as they were building on the facility, they have to stop now and deal with these two different lawsuits that are happening. It's coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this situation where they were scheming and scamming for $640,000 of gold coins. Zero, seniors should be protected against this shit. I mean, they kind of are. It resulted in an arrest. The people broke the law. It's just, I don't know how they convinced them to think you had to pay that much. Give us more than $500,000 and we'll fix your stolen identity. I don't know. If you had $640,000, you could just buy a new identity. I don't get it. Joe, she had $640K. I'm lucky to have one. Yeah, that's how I am. I'm not doing good right now. Like, I am really not doing good right now. But yeah, couldn't imagine having more than $500,000 and getting scammed out of it. Ghostly, no, this shit happens all the time and the people are left to suffer alone 99% of the time. Yeah. Well, it's like when my identity was stolen. Oh well. Nobody helped me do anything. I had to just figure it the fuck out. And I don't know. I've never been scammed by anybody outside of that situation, which it's YouTube's fault that I even got in that situation, because the email I got with the bad links in it was a fake YouTube page. It was a fake YouTube email. But I actually went to YouTube and talked with the customer service, and they told me it was an authentic email. They said it was legit. They told me to click the fucking links. They even told me to like go through the motions after things seem suspicious. They were like, do this or we're going to deactivate your account. And I'm talking with them in the live chat of the Rumble studio. So it's not like I thought I was talking to customer service. I was. And they told me to do that shit, and it resulted in my identity being stolen. And like I said, nobody helped me do shit. I had to just eat shit. That's all I got. And it happened on April Fool's Day. I don't know. If I didn't have bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. Zero, it's easy. My mom would fall for it. She's not all there mentally. Yeah, I don't know. As long as we got the internet, we got people that are going to scam. It's a lot harder to get scammed in person than it is over digital devices and stuff like that. Chase Bray Whitler for president. Nah. We don't want those problems. Freely Texan, you're not old. I mean, that's true. Beck Frank, Klaus yawning in the background like he's had a hard day. I know. It's hard being a Klaus. You're a good boy. You gonna fall off your tower again? You're on the brink of it. Look at your little leggers. Mm-hmm. Yes. For the Texan, people are gullible. Yeah. You ever been around suspicious people, though? Like the opposite of gullible? Those people are hard to be around, too. Because they're just fucking suspicious of everything. So they won't go places with you. They won't do things with you. They won't try new things. Because they're just suspicious of everything. They're fucking hard to deal with, too. What's up, Lone Wolf? Happy freedom to you. Roy, Toasty's a little hottie. I know I was really surprised by the raid there. Toasty's awesome. Thank you so much, Get Some, for that $10 donation over on Rumble. Really appreciate you, Get Some. Thank you so much for the support. It says, in support of any van that says free candy and abducts fat guys. We'll see. Thank you, Get Some. Appreciate you. Thank you for the raid, Toasty. You're awesome. For the Texan, my luck is so bad, if it was raining titties, I'd get hit with a dick. That's terrible. That's terrible. I'm sorry to hear that. J Spray. Give me 200,000 for every inch that I give you. But you originally said, I'll give you 200 G's an inch. And I didn't read that out loud because I was trying to protect your integrity, J Spray. I was considering, I could use $200,000. I got a couple inches I could give you. I mean, fuck. I was like, well, we'll talk about it after the live. You're lucky you corrected that, J Spray. Holy. Meta, she's not the only senior that fell for the scam. It confused me too. Well, I understand people receiving strange phone calls and stuff like that. Scammers happen, con men and all of that. But if they're asking for Xbox cards and gold coins or do Western Union or Walmart to Walmart, guaranteed that is a scam. Anybody that's legit, you can Google them. That's the first thing I do. As soon as I get some suspicious phone call or email or text message or any of that shit, I don't click any of their links. I just open my browser and Google them. If they don't exist, that's it. If they do exist, compare the phone numbers, compare the emails, stuff like that. Or just fuck them. You know, if it's not important, whatever it is that's interfering with your day, if it's just simply not important, then fuck them. You know, I get emails every single day saying my Coinbase account is being closed, which is like crypto shit. Bank account passwords are being reset when they're not, and just stuff like that. But the thing is like the software they're telling me is locking up. I don't have these accounts that they're claiming that are about to expire. I don't have those accounts, and so even if it is something that you think is legit. Right? You get a text message from your bank telling you to click this link. Don't. Call your bank and ask them about it. Like, you gotta do that. Like, because I don't trust anything. Even when hooligans send me links, I don't click those links. I gotta put them into security shits and stuff before I'll click them, because I won't. But that's the thing, is like, if nobody tells you this, then you don't know. You just don't know. And you click the links, and next thing you know, your life's fucked up. And it sucks. Cyber criminals suck. That's what we're trying to say here. They suck. Master Meatballs, sue them. Who? YouTube? I wish. Oh my god, I wish. I've heard that if you take YouTube to small claims court, they don't show up. I've thought about doing that. I mean, they could show up. I got so much fucking proof that they've been mistreating me over the last 5 years. I got so much proof. They send me emails every time they do it. I thought about taking a small claims court because when I win, I get 10K. I just win 10K if they don't show up. And if they do show up, I really think I could win anyways. But as far as them having my identity stolen, I think that's worth more than 10K. I just can't afford to take them to court. Mr. Lynn, I'm almost 61 and it seems like I'm believing more now. It comes with old age. Yeah, I could totally see that. The AI stuff is going to be really crazy because now they're starting to put out AI videos where you can't tell that it's AI. And now I'm seeing videos that I know are real, and I go into the comments and people are like, oh, this is AI. I'm like, no, it's not. This video is been on the internet for the last 12 years. Like, it's not fucking AI, but people now associate something unbelievable as being AI now. And I'm interested to see how that turns out. Because, like, legends in our life, great actors, great singers, great artists, and stuff like that, they wowed us. That's how they got our attention. Now, when you get wowed by something, your brain just assumes that it is AI. And that's a devaluing process. We will never have legends again. That'll never be a thing. There's never going to be Snoop Dogg's and all, you know, all these famous basketball players and shit. Like we keep saying, we're going to have robots playing sports pretty soon. And think about how that's going to change the industry. Just imagine if the NBA was full of robots, robot teams playing. You don't have to pay robots. Think about how much money they would save having robots instead of LeBron fucking James, right? So, I don't know. The world is becoming a very strange place. CW, odd sections were deleted that pertain to Trump's actions right now being missing for weeks from the government website. What are you saying? You're saying like they're wiping parts of the Constitution off the internet? CW? Could be. I mean, I believe it. Guess if it's a hot woman, I will fall for it multiple times till I figure it out. So you gotta worry about that too, because these scammers know that. If you go on X, they constantly have half-naked bitches hitting you up and stuff like that, but it's scammers. Totally care. I ask scammers to send me money. Yeah, I mean, that's about where I'm at too. Boosted Flames, voice recording of family members trying to trick you is creepy as shit. So another thing that happened to me is my sister texted me one time, and she was saying, hey, I'm locked out of my Instagram or something like that, but she had wrote me on Facebook Messenger. She was like, I'm locked out of my Instagram, can you help me? And I was like, yeah, because I'm the only person in the family that is not technologically ignorant. And so I'm used to these people hitting me up asking me for help when it comes to devices and shit. So she's like, hey, can you help me with my Instagram or whatever? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, okay, something like I need a code or whatever, and I don't know how to make it work. And so I was like, okay, I'll help you do it. And she's like, did you get a code? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, what's the code? And I told her, and then my Instagram got locked just like that. And I was like, what the fuck? And I found out that my sister's Facebook was hijacked by a cyber criminal. They saw that I was her brother. They wrote me through Messenger pretending to be my sister to get my credentials for my Instagram that had like 15,000 people following it, so they could hijack my Instagram and convert it into some hot bitches account that's scamming everybody with crypto links, saying, you know, you click this link and we'll give you crypto or whatever, but you click it and you lose your identity. And then they use my account to message everybody on my Instagram to tell them that they were me and to click those links. And so, yeah, I know how bad things can get. I know. The cyber criminals suck. They're the pedophiles of the internet. I don't know. They're the fucking worst. Anyways, moving forward here, like I said, Alligator Alcatraz hit with environmental lawsuit, and they're now currently put on pause because of it. But before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, that our friend Larry could really use your help. Larry is in need of a kidney transplant, and when he told me about it, I put together a page for him on the website with his story and details and links and all kinds of stuff. So if there's any way you can help our friend Larry, please click this link and go check out the webpage. Like I said, get this video pulled up about Alligator Alcatraz facing 2 different lawsuits. They have to pause construction, but they're still operating and processing illegals. Hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
Environmentalists are back in court today battling with the federal government over the immigration detention center in Florida, known as Alligator Alcatraz. They say the center is going to destroy the Florida Everglades and that nobody in the state or the federal government looked at the potential harm before building it last month. News Nation's Xavier Walton joins us live with that story. Xavier, take us into today and what the goal of the hearing is.
Marky, good morning. Well, the goal, stop operations and any further construction. Environmental groups have taken, this fight from Alligator Alcatraz into the courtroom, which is going to continue here in the next hour or so. Lawyers for 2 conservation groups and the Miccosukee tribe of Indians are in federal court for a second day arguing state and federal agencies violated environmental law while constructing the detention center in the Florida Everglades. You're seeing it here. They're calling for a federal judge to issue an injunction to cease operations, saying the wetlands are home to protected animals and plants, and that the facility reverses billions of dollars worth of environmental restoration. The lawsuit claiming Alligator Alcatraz has essentially ignored a review process required by the National Environmental Policy Act.
This is a very common sense law that requires the government to look before it leaps, to analyze the environmental impacts, to do an environmental impact study, to take public comment, to consider alternatives, and none of that was done at so-called Alligator Alcatraz.
So a second lawsuit was filed by a civil rights group saying the rights of detainees are being violated. The men being held at the detention center can't meet with their lawyers. They're being held without any charges, and a federal immigration court has canceled bond hearings. So that hearing for that civil suit is scheduled for August 18th. So as those play out in court, we're already seeing reports Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is eyeing a second immigration detention center in North Florida near Jacksonville. This time at a Florida National Guard training center. And it doesn't stop there either. Other states following Florida's lead. States like Indiana in the early stages with its so-called Speedway Slammer. DHS announcing authorities will be expanding the Miami Correctional Facility in Bunker Hill, Indiana by 1,000 beds.
I am happy that governors are stepping up wanting to help with this because interior enforcement's their responsibility too. They see what happened to all the U.S. citizens that were attacked by people not supposed to be here.
DHS says this was made possible thanks to funding from the One Big Beautiful Bill, with additional states in talks all ready to rapidly expand detention space, Marky.
Yeah, other states across the country watching how this all plays out quite closely. Xavier Walton, thanks so much.
Thank you for watching.
Okay, putting a pause on Alligator Alcatraz. It is temporary. They're saying the new construction has been halted, but they are still processing illegals. Attorneys with a Native American group that I'm not able to say the name of is trying to stop the facility from running, saying that the state and federal agencies violated the law when they constructed Alligator Alcatraz in the Everglades, and claimed that they ignored a review process required by the National Environmental Policy Act. Then they turn around and say that civil rights groups are also filing lawsuits saying that detainees' rights are being violated, saying that they're unable to meet with attorneys, that they're being held without charges, and that their bond hearings are being canceled. Then they mention that Ron DeSantis might be building a second Alligator Alcatraz in Florida right before wrapping the video up. I don't know. Yesterday we had some idiot writing under yesterday's live claiming that there's 40,000 Americans being detained in these ICE facilities. I don't know how people believe that shit. I don't know who's telling these people that stuff, but it's really ignorant to hear that. Like, it just is. I can't imagine Americans being detained like that. It was bad enough when J6 happened. I really don't think that ICE is detaining Americans. These people are fucking stupid. Either way, next up we get the last little bit of the news before we get into the fun stuff. It is lefties losing it, and this one's titled "Lefties Insist That They Are Not Jealous of Sydney Sweeney." We know that's bullshit. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about the situation with Alligator Alcatraz. J Spray, too bad the alligators don't like vegans and the blue hairs. Yeah. Guess the prisoners that they eat will fertilize the area and make gators healthy. Yep, they're always worried about the environment. Matt Rogers, it was built a long time ago. Yeah, that's what I keep thinking too, because they keep talking about building Alligator Alcatraz, but they're like remodeling it. It's being like renovated. The facility was already there. That's why they were able to get it running in like 10 days. They said it was going to take longer than that, but then like 10 days later, they were up and running. These are just lefties out here just causing problems. Guess so. I don't know if it was you, Hill. I posted it on Discord. Roy, the chicken nugget virus might pop up there. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, it could be. Thank God the borders are closed right now. It's going to really minimize the possibility of us getting the chicken nugget virus from China. I mean, it doesn't eliminate it because we got people that are still coming in legally. But man, when that border was wide open, we were getting everything and anything. Goth, screw those people. They will tear down trees in good small homes to build McPatio homes. I've never even heard of that. And environmentalists move into them, yet they bitch about this. Yeah, like I said, they're just causing problems just for the sake of doing it. Hey, thank you for joining us over here on Rumble, Jagula. Free the text and make alligators great again. That's right. Meta, don't feed the alligators. We could do like the opposite. You know, you get out for good behavior. You get bad behavior, you get the alligator. It puts the lotion on the skin or else it gets the alligator again. What's up, Susan? Happy freedom to you. Starting another department for Trump to shut down ASAP. They're brainwashing my daughter into believing it, and she's 18. Who is doing it? Who's doing the talking? That's the thing. I haven't heard anybody. I mean, you know, we've kind of heard liberal elected officials saying, you know, they're taking Americans too. But for somebody to show up and say that there's 40,000 Americans being detained in a detention facility, somebody's got to be telling them that. Somebody's got to be saying that there's 40,000 Americans being detained by ICE, like specifically. And I just haven't come across it yet, but somebody's got to be saying it. Stern Satan, yeah, I mean that's true, but I don't know if it's news, because that's the thing. It's either blue news or it's blue activists. It's one or the other. I mean, it could be both, but I'm just wondering, like, where is that rhetoric coming from? Guess who? These late night streams are fun. It's not supposed to be a late night stream. It just is happening that way. What's up, Blonde Beard? Happy freedom. BS, the Everglades are already screwed from all the invasive species. Yeah, there's some other hooligans talking about that stuff too. Mr. Lynn, don't neglect the gators. Their lives matter too. That's right. CW, I'll look it up after the live. Thank you for letting me know. All right, hooligans, we're getting in the last little bit of the news here. This is, like I said, lefties losing it. This one's titled, Lefties Insist That They Are Not Jealous of Sydney Sweeney. Is that how you say her name? Yeah. Sound weird when I say it. Come on now, do the thing. All right. Now, we don't have Rita today, but it's okay. It's still lefties losing it. Hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
Now it's time for lefties losing it, and there's nothing like a holiday to London to take in the iconic sites like Big Ben or Buckingham Palace. But the Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, has other ideas. He wants to give Donald Trump a private tour of sorts of some of the city's other big attractions.
Come to London and let me show him around our wonderfully diverse communities. Let me take him on the Pride March this coming summer, next summer. Let me take him to a mosque. Let me take him to some of our diverse communities and understand that actually it is perfectly compatible to be a Westerner and to be a Muslim.
Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday at a mosque and a Pride March. Sign me up. Now, this influencer by the name of Leah V has mocked American Eagle's campaign, of course featuring Sydney Sweeney, declaring she's giving a double middle finger to the Good Genes ad, and she's told her followers to boycott the brand before dropping this dance hit.
Blocked.
Yeah, it's got some vibe to it, doesn't it? But look, at this delightful lass then took it one step further. And PSA incoming, she is not jealous of Sydney Sweeney, okay?
I just saw a video that apparently Republicans think that the people who are criticizing Sydney Sweeney's American Eagle jeans ad we're all just jealous of her. And I just have to say, from my point of view, I am not jealous of Sydney Sweeney. I don't have to be famous, and I don't have to peddle brands that are awful. Like, they're bad taste, like not cute at all. And I get to do that from the comfort of like my beautiful front porch drinking my matcha this morning. And I get to wake up every day being me.
Yeah, get it, girl, get it, whatever makes you happy in the end. And now to this individual who has thought of a great and grand idea to solve all of America's crime problems.
To just not let officers take their police vehicles home with them. Like, I know that there is a police officer that lives in my neighborhood. You know how I know? Because they have their police vehicle in their front driveway all of the time. Stop giving cops the ability to use intimidation in their own home when they're supposed to be considered a civilian at that point.
Yes, well, that person would know all about being easily identifiable, wouldn't they, with all that, that fit. And look, now to some Trump derangement syndrome on steroids. And gee, I've got to say, it is so hard being a woman these days, ladies.
I could make a compilation of the entitled men that have been approaching me all year, and Trump is making it worse. He's making it worse. All of these men together are making it worse. It is unenjoyable to be a woman. It is unenjoyable to look so liberal. It is like, why do I have to change the way that I appear so that you don't harass me? So that I stop getting asked to leave places that I am entitled to be in. Constantly. It's like the beginning of The Handmaid's Tale.
It's just so difficult. And it's about as hard as being a conservative woman, apparently.
Conservative women are dumb because why are you speaking when you should be making a sandwich? Why am I hearing that you have a podcast when you should be making dinner? What happened to seen and not heard? Because I'm hearing a lot from conservative. Shut up like your man wants you to.
Yeah, poor women, poor liberal women, they are just so angry. So angry. And just when you thought they couldn't get any more cray-cray, they are now coming after female Trump supporters who cook Mexican food.
You want to know what's really pissing me off? I am laying here, scrolling through TikTok, and I come across some Trump supporter, MAGA ass hat, trying to make Mexican food. You know what, buddy? You. You don't get Mexican food anymore. You lost that privilege. Go eat some sliced up wieners and pork and beans. That's what you get.
Oh no, not the wieners and pork and beans. Anything. Trio. And now to this guy who is not angry at all.
I believe you are inferior. I believe you are less than. I truly believe it. Yes, you deserve rights. You deserve the same rights as me. You deserve food, water, shelter, all that. But you and I are not on the same level. You support Donald Trump. Don't speak ever again, bro. Don't stop speaking. No one gives a about your opinion. You have the intellectual capabilities of a worm. You are less than.
Oh dear. And did anyone else notice the SpongeBob t-shirt? That's all I could focus on. Absolutely kills me. And now look to Democrat Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett having another one of her normal days and saying perfectly normal things to Republicans.
And I'm sorry, but instead, we are not only going to punch you back, but we are going to knock you out. So I fully anticipate that we are going to take control of the United States House because that is what the American people want. And that is why Donald Trump and his regime is so afraid.
Yes, spoken like the tolerant left that they are. And then Ms. Jasmine went all Kamala Harris on us, dropping some sort of ghetto in the hood type of accent.
I am standing here with one of my faves right here, honey.
Yes.
Listen, and guess what? Neither one of us are in Texas. You know why? Because we know that it is time to stand up, rise up, and fight back against these fools that think that we're weak. One thing that they should know, when it comes to a black woman and a Latina,
that's right,
they're about to get a little spice.
Oh, Jasmine Crockett, just shut the fuck up. I cannot stand listening to her talk. It's like, you're not tough. You're not tough at all. I don't know. If she was getting her ass whipped by 12 people outside in the middle of the street, I didn't see shit. Anyways, like I said, that is the last little bit of the news. But next up, we got the fun stuff. We're going to be opening today's door of a brand new advent calendar sent by Tori Wayne. And we got our 2 funny videos of the day. First one was provided by Simply Witchy, and it's titled Now You Know. And our official funny video of the day was provided by Stoner, and it's titled He Was Just Networking. All of that's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about lefties losing it. Klaus Daniels is going off. It's been Fancy Feast time for 2 hours. He doesn't know what's happening. He's about to riot. The protest has already started. I even heard Klaus say no. Yeah, he's had enough. Ain't ya? You sitting your eyeballing me. What? You want the Fancy Feast? His eyeballs are like this big. He's ready. Guess I'm the bearded butthole. What? What is that? I didn't see that in the video. They were talking about her eating wieners and stuff. I don't know. Watchman, ma'am, you went to college and you're still stupid. It's unfortunate. It's a tragedy, really. Told to care proof you can't fix stupid. That's right. Free the Texan, she didn't come back. Arrest her. Well, we covered a video yesterday that was talking about all of that, and they said when they arrest them, they're going to force them to be into the Capitol. They're going to force them to stay at the Capitol in Texas until quorum is reached. So even if they get arrested, they're not being criminally arrested. They're basically being kidnapped and being forced to do their job. So that whole, like, warrant for their arrest thing is bullshit. Unless they can prove that bribery happened, that whole arresting thing is nonsense. It's overglorified taxiing going on. So I don't know. And I knew that was going to happen, but yeah. As far as I know, they still haven't come back. They said that they're going to be gone till the 18th or something like that. They're going to stay away from Texas until then. Ghostly, bitch, hit me please. I am begging for it. Yeah, Ghostly. That's what I always think is funny about the liberals talking about violence and stuff. They're the same people that want to get rid of guns. And it's like, you guys are the ones that want to be violent? I don't know. I don't know many people that are scared to punch a vegan. Like, just, I don't know. It cracks me up. It just cracks me up. Jay Spray, if they lock Jasmine Crockett up, she could finally be hood. Yeah, she's earning her stripes there. Guess even a thermometer can get a degree. Don't flatter yourself. That's right. Meta, poor Klaus Kitty. He's going to waste away. Oh, he's got a while. I weighed him today and he's a 16-pounder flounder. He lost a pound. And the only thing I can think of is it's got to be his winter coat. That's got to be where the pound went, because he isn't eating any less. I'll tell you that. I don't know. What's up, Sassy Patriot? Happy freedom to you. Sassy Patriot, he says, feed me now, Dad. Yeah, he is. He was rioting during that video there. He's probably going to mess stuff up now. What are you doing? Huh? He just starts cleaning himself. He's all embarrassed. Calling him out in front of everybody. What's up, Ball? Happy freedom. Guess 16 pounds. But he is big framed as well. Yeah, he's a big ass teddy bear cat. Stoner, Trump has more street cred than Crockett. He's been shot. He has felonies, and he's got a mug shot. I mean, President Trump, he's, you know, he's the real deal. All right, hooligans, we're going to move into the fun stuff here. Like I said, we're going to open today's door, the brand new advent calendar sent by Tori Wayne, and we got our 2 funny videos of the day. But before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to support the live to keep us running, you're welcome to use the links in the description in order to send donations. You could do that by using PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, Zelle, Venmo, Locals, Buy Me a Coffee, or you can even send crypto. Today we're going to be cracking open this brand new advent calendar here. It's Pokemon Pop. I always call them Popples, but it's the Funko Pop little things here. Now let's see what we get today. We got to open her up. Whoa. This stuff ain't for you, Klaus Daniels. He's like, bullshit. Everything belongs to me. All right, how do we open this up? Oh, I figured it out. Okay, I'll show you guys. Look at that. Look at that. Very cool. Let's see what we get today. Now, this big flappy thing's going to get in my way. That's what she said last night. Today is day 1. Let's see, how do I open it? It should have came with instructions. Oh, I just about broke it. Come on, come on. That was unnecessarily difficult. But wait, there's more. Come on, little guy. I don't think you're supposed to pull the whole plastic out, but I did. Because I do what I want, damn it. We got more problems than I bargained for. Got a Caterpie. Yes, he's a little guy. I don't know why the camera won't focus on him. Just pissed me off, I guess. There we go. There we go. How you already got Klaus hair on you? I see you staring at me. He's just a little Caterpie. So sweet. Thank you, Tori Wayne. I love it. That's awesome. So awesome. I'm going to put him back in the plastic. He's going to go on the shelf. This is my retirement. Yes. There we go. Thank you, Tori Wayne. So awesome. Getting into our funny videos here. Let's get this pulled up. Come on, come on. There we go. This was provided by Simply Witchy. This is titled, Now You Know.
For questions. Yes, I will. Gentlemen, yes for questions.
Representative Leach, are you aware that my grandfather was an assistant attorney general for the state of Texas?
No. Congratulations.
Are you aware that he represented Texas in front of the United States Supreme Court 9 times?
No. Are you aware that my dad worked for Oscar Mayer for 25 years and drove the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile?
Very nice. Now you know. Getting into our official funny video of the day. This one was provided by Stoner. I almost blew it. There we go. All right, like I said, this one was provided by Stoner, and this is titled, He Was Just Networking.
Why do you have Grindr on your phone?
I already told you. I thought it was an app for hustlers. I thought I was trying to chase the bag.
Hustlers?
I didn't know I was gonna get fucked. It's not my fault, bro. I fell for the trap. I was networking. I was networking.
Wait, what?
He was just networking. He said, I didn't know I was going to get fucked. Come on, man. You knew. You knew. Well, hooligans, that is all the coffee I had for you guys today. And grab this Linktree link really quick. Drop it in all the chats. We're going to read through and we got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up next. And then, of course, after the pledge, we will be raiding out over on Rumble. So don't leave just yet. All right, hooligans, there is the Linktree link where all of my links are listed. So if you'd like to make donations, join membership programs, or purchase any merch, would really appreciate it. All of you guys' contributions keep us running every day except for Sunday, because we got to have a day to recharge those batteries. Definitely go join Discord. Discord is our free hooligan community. It's the best way to be notified every single time we go live. The hooligans are there keeping the conversation going 24/7. We have 2 news boards to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. So definitely go join Discord. If you're feeling real saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. Over on the website, it is the best way to experience the live. Our built-in chat has more ability than any other platform. You can post memes and GIFs and custom emojis and links and all kinds of stuff right there while watching the live. You also have access to Hooligans Alley, which is our private social media area. You'll have access to the forums, the arcades, and our advanced messaging system with the built-in group chats. So definitely go get yourself a membership for jeffmaclive.com. It's the home of the hooligans. Like I said, we're going to read through, and we got the pledge coming up, and then we are rating out over on Rumble. Guess some. Fuck my life. It was research. I told you that video is for you. As soon as I saw that, I was like, that's the funny video of the day right there. Zero, not cool. She was going somewhere with that. Yeah, I guess, but he smoked her. I don't think it usually works out when people try to use someone else's accomplishments as a reason for them to shine. I just don't think it works out. You know, she's on stage. My daddy used to do all this stuff, and what does that got to do with you being here today? You know? So I don't know. Sledog networking with fishnets? Yeah, that's what it was. So Kara thought it was a coffee app. Yeah. Ghostly smoked her. Yep. Jagula, if there's an advent calendar for the WNBA, it'd be full of dildos. You're not wrong. Jagula, if you become an official hooligan over on Rumble, we got the green dildo emoji. I just added it the other day. I just didn't say anything to anyone about it. I just go ahead and threw up in there. We got it on Discord too. Goth, do you have do re mi on your fingers? Yes I do. I don't know if I could do it without smacking the microphone. Yeah, see, I do. But when I go to places, people think that they're states. I'm like, yeah, I'm from Michigan. It's just like that. I don't know. Fun stuff. Thank you so much, Elder Zoomer, for that $5 donation over on Rumble. Really appreciate you, Elder Zoomer. Thank you so much for the support. It says, God bless JeffMAC. God bless the hooligans. I agree. Thank you, Elder Zoomer. Guess I missed the green wiener. Well, don't miss it. Kelsey, it's all about the little things. That's what I gave her. I try not to fucking laugh. That one got me. That got me. Zero, you didn't do an ad read today. Yeah, they don't let me do the same ads multiple times in a row. It's like once a week I can do it. We only need 2 more ad reads and we'll complete it. And we got 3 weeks. I think tomorrow is 1 week in the premium creator program. So we got 3 weeks from Friday and we only got 2 ads we got to read. So I figured I'd just wait until the Rumble premium ad comes back, because the rest of them, they're really lengthy and it's, I don't know, a lot of the stuff that they got in the ads is like $400, $500, $600, $700 products, and it's like, I don't know, I don't feel right advertising $700 products when I can barely afford to eat and shit like that. So I don't know, I'm just kind of feel weird about the ad reads, but we'll get it worked out. Oh, I appreciate it, Goth. Meta, ever pet Klaus with your bare feet and think you'd make a nice pair of slippers? No, I don't like slippers. They make your feet stink, and so I don't believe in slippers. But Klaus Daniels, I mean, he would make a good set of moccasins. He would. He might not like it, though. He probably doesn't agree with that statement, but he would. He'd make a nice hat. What's up, Shauna Vision? Happy freedom to you. Alright, you need to chill out. He's over here throwing his orange worm around. Rioting. He's protesting. Alright, hooligans. It is that time once again. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we did the thing. Let's see who's live on Rumble. It is time for the raid. Oh, who was the last person we raided? We raided Wilkie yesterday. What day is this? Thursday. I need to start writing down who we raid so I can remember. When was the last time we raided Cat Dog? I'm thinking it's about time to raid Cat Dog. It's gotta be. It's a Cat Dog night. What is going on here? Wait till you guys see Cat Dog. I don't know what the hell he's doing. There's a live streamer called Grim something or other, and Cat Dog is wearing his mask, and I am confused. But either way, you hooligans know what to do. As soon as you land, hit that like button. Let's get this raid rolling. To the Cat Dog.
It's invisible, like Grim said. It's invisible.
What do you mean
Holy
it's invisible?
shit!
Come play me, bro.
1 second. I gotta deafen myself. Holy shit! JeffMAC with the motherfucking raid. Player. I appreciate you coming out, hooligans. If you guys haven't already, I know you guys just got here. But be sure to go spread the fucking love to everybody in the description box below. Today, we're doing this because this is the first collab we've ever done with Grim and Ja. I don't think I've ever done a collab with Ja either. And we're playing Casey's Thriller Thursday. If you guys haven't already, smash the like. I appreciate you coming out, Lone Wolf. Told to Care. I see you. What's up, Silver G? What's up, everybody? Jay Sprays. Happy freedom, everybody. This is Grim's Immortal 3K mask. We found it. We have immortality. I appreciate you all coming out and spreading the love, man. Be sure to smash that fucking like. I see you, Slay Dog. What's up, everybody? Be sure to check out everybody in the description box below. All the people I'm playing with. We're having a great night tonight. I appreciate you coming out, man. Thank you so much, JeffMAC, for the fucking raid. Mwah. I give you a little kiss. Holy shit. You guys are fucking insane. It's Friday's Eve. If you guys want a Friday's Eve hoodie, tank top, shirt, be sure to exclamation point merch in the chat. Get your own Friday's Eve merchandise. I approve. It's the most comfortable shit I've ever wore. What's up, Rody? Roydy? What's up, Jag? I appreciate you guys coming out. What's up, Plastic? The motherfucking hooligans. Let's get those likes up, baby. Go spread the love to everybody I'm playing with in the description box below. Everybody's linked down there. We got everybody. We got Grim. We got Casey. And we got Ja. And we've been having a great time on this game tonight. I appreciate you guys coming out. And thank you for the raid again, man. I really appreciate you guys. I'm going to get back into the game with them.
Well, Cat Dog is such a badass. He's one of my favorite live streamers, I swear. He's so cool. I was saying he had Grim's mask on, and I watched Grim and all them on X because it's like a clique of live streamers, and I'm like kind of becoming cool with these people. And I was wondering why he had his mask on, but they're doing a collab event. So I'm going to end up, let me see here, check the description, because I'm going to go like their lives and shit too. And do the whole group. So this is Ja. that he was talking about. All these guys that I'm about to show you, they're all playing the same game together. So this is Ja, which I don't follow Ja, but we're going to right now. Hitting the like over here. And then this is Grim. And this is what I'm saying. Grim always has this mask on. I'm going to follow him too. Badass. I don't know what they're playing. Something fucking weird. But that's okay. Either way, fantastic raid, you hooligans. Did a great job. We're going to read through really quick, but we are wrapping this up. We'll be live again tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Guess stand tall. We are up kind of late, but I have to admit, the green dildo is great. Holy, wise words from Get Some. What is that? Damn commie mosquitoes? Look at this bullshit right here. Damn commie mosquitoes. Not in America. We can't allow it. Happy freedom to you, Plastic Quack. Oh, Soundboard was in there? I gotta go like his stream too. Thank you for letting me know, Plastic Quack. Go see a GIMP mask? No, that wasn't a GIMP mask. It was a Grim mask. Meta, Cat Dog's a riot. He is so hilarious. What's up, Bobby Johnson? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Dutton? Happy freedom to you. Thanks, Dutton. Alright, hooligans. It looks like we're good to go. Like I said, we are wrapping this up. But we'll be live again tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. I feel like there was something I was going to say and I can't remember. Either way, go join the website. Go join Discord. Click the Linktree link and click all the buttons on the list. Do the thing. But either way, I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for helping me cover the news. And thank you for helping me make the news suck a little less. I appreciate all of you guys. Go enjoy the rest of your day. I know it's already 10:30 at night over here on the East Coast. But still, enjoy what left of your day you have. And go find yourself some good food. I'm about to make some chicken. I'm feeling like chicken today. Either way, make your way back to us tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Huge shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership programs, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you hooligans, and I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support, and I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.